if it's true that Wonder Woman will fly in Wonder Woman 1984 and eventually in the DCEU, just as she often does in the comics and in animation, is she going to need to have her invisible jet? Because if you think about it, if you can fly, what do you need an invisible jet for? In the comics, Wonder Woman's invisible jet has not really been used that much in many of her later stories because I think writers were like, there's no need for it, right? She used it in the older comics, but that was back when mostly she couldn't fly. So she would need a jet to get around if she can't fly. But since she can fly, when they started making her fly in the comics, that invisible jet became less and less important until you would never see it in a Wonder Woman stories for a very long period of time. So I did think, what does Wonder Woman need an invisible jet for if she can just fly places? Superman doesn't need a jet. I mean, I'm sure he could get one, put one together in the Fortress of Solitude, but he barely ever uses one because he doesn't need to. He can just fly somewhere. Most flying superheroes don't have jets and stuff, do they? I mean, I asked this question on Twitter, and as someone pointed out, a couple of people pointed out, well, she might need the jet, if she's got to take people with her places. That was a good point, right? She has to transport passengers or, items, things she can't carry enough herself. Like she only has so many arms. That makes sense. If Wonder Woman needs to fly things with her or people, then that jet's going to come into use. And maybe, if the invisible jet shows up, if Wonder Woman 1984 or Wonder Woman 3 has the invisible jet and a flying Wonder Woman, that's probably how they'll do it. The jet will be like if she needs to have Steve sit in the passenger seat or one of her friends, or she's got to carry some boxes or some mystical weapons to her next battle with her, right? Because, Wonder Woman's certainly strong enough to carry someone with her flying, but, what if she's got to carry 2 or 3 people with her or some friends? Or maybe the Justice League's going to need to hitch a ride with Wonder Woman somewhere. She's going to need that plane. So that makes sense. The invisible jet could be used for logistical purposes. And I guess maybe she needs to sneak up on somebody, right? Because the invisible jet, if it's invisible, there's stealth. It can hide her under an invisible shield. I'm pretty sure they're not going to have it, where you could see her inside of the invisible jet. Like in some of the old Wonder Woman stuff. I mean, because that isn't logical. What's the point of having an invisible jet if people can see you sitting inside of it on the chair? I mean, you can't sneak up on anybody. I'm pretty sure if that invisible jet makes its way into the movies, it's going to be a true stealth jet where you cannot see the passengers inside of it, because otherwise, that kind of defeats the purpose. But anyways, what do you think? What do you think about a flying Wonder Woman and a Wonder Woman flying in an invisible jet? Can those two things coexist, or can they not? Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel, because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.